is Rico and this is Suave Tech. I'm going to bring you tech videos every single week, and today I want to talk to you about the Galaxy Buds Pro. So first off, I wanted to talk about a little bit of the features that they talked about in the event a little over a week ago. A couple of things they talked about. One, the active noise cancellation of these. That's one thing that I was really interested in. Me personally, I've never owned a pair of active noise canceling headphones, so I figured I'd kind of keep myself, impartial and not really have anything to compare it to when it came to that. Some people may not appreciate that, but I figured again, I go in there with virgin ears, so to speak. They unveiled these for $200. Right now, actually, you can trade in an old pair of headphones. You can trade in Samsung Buds, Buds Plus. You can trade in other type of buds. You can trade in headphones as well, and they'll knock $50 off of these for you. So you'll effectively get them for the same price that you got the Galaxy Buds Plus for. I think that's a really great deal. If I were you, I would actually jump on that because buds don't really hold their value that well. Now these buds are going to come in 3 different colors. They come in the Phantom Black, they come in the Phantom Silver, and the ones that I picked up just because I feel like, I want to be a little bit different, they come in the Phantom Violet. You can also go ahead and get a different skin. I don't have any sponsors, so I'm not going to tell you which ones you can get, but you can go online and get a skin for yours. Actually, I have those on my Galaxy Buds Plus, and I really like that. That one is specifically from Dbrand. It wasn't the easiest installation, but I feel like that's just because of the way that the pill shape is. Let's go ahead and talk about call quality, because they talk about, wind resistance and stuff like that, and how it has this little grill on the outside. It carries some of that wind through the buds, so you're not going to be able to hear it when you're talking to somebody. So when I actually called and talked to my fiance, I didn't tell her which ones were which. She said they were pretty much the same as far as call quality. And so if you're looking for something that has a little bit better call quality, if you're upgrading from the pluses, I would say it's not going to be much of a difference. So right when you get these out of the box, you're going to notice they come wrapped in a little bit of plastic. You're also going to notice that they're pretty much the only thing in the box besides a cable. Now it's really weird for me, they do charge for USB-C, but it comes with a USB-C to USB-A cable. I would think if you're trying to incorporate and kind of make it a Galaxy, if you will, you would go ahead and incorporate a USB Type-C to C so that I can use my charger brick or my Note series phone to charge these. Again, that's not a huge deal. These come with wireless charging, so it's very easy to charge these. Now they do talk about battery life as being 5 to 8 hours. Now 5 hours is with active noise canceling on, or 8 hours with it off. Again, I would not put on the active noise canceling if you're going on a long trip and you need these buds. Just keep it off. You're going to get a great seal without them. They don't let in a lot of noise to begin with, so it's going to be interesting to see how many times I have to charge these. I did charge these out of the box to 100%, and I haven't charged them since, and they've still been going strong. And so it'll be interesting to see the different comparison with the battery life in this. Now with both of these, you get 24 hours of battery added to it with the case. And so actually I think they say 28 hours with the case if you have active noise cancellation off. Either way, you're going to be satisfied, whether it be with just these or with the pluses. Another thing I want to talk to you about is audio quality. Don't get me wrong, I want to put a little bit of a disclaimer out there for you guys. I am by no means an audio expert at all. This is just your average person giving you advice on what I thought of the sound. So for me, the sound was a lot more rich on the Galaxy Buds Pro than it was on the Galaxy Buds Plus. So on the Plus, you're going to get really good sound. You get decent bass. One of the things that I'll say between the two, you're going to get a more balanced sound on the Pro than you are on the Plus. I'm not entirely sure what the technology is behind that, but Samsung talked a little bit about that. But it's a really good deal. I think if you're going to upgrade, I would actually upgrade for that reason. Now, I also listen to some songs and the bass is a little bit more bassy and the treble doesn't get as tinny as it does with the Plus. So the Pros sound a lot more well balanced. I will tell you also that for me, on both the Plus and the Pro, I use the dynamic setting. I find that either way, that's a more balanced sound than if you were to get bass boost, because you really can't get a lot of bass out of these. I talked about the equalizer, what you can do on that. So you do have the normal setting on there. You do have the bass boost. You have dynamic, which is something that I use because again, I feel like that just gives you an all-around more clear sound. And you have treble boost, you have clear, and then you have soft. So those are all settings on the app. You can change those. You can also change them for different things. So let's say like I might be watching TV with them. I might turn off dynamic mode. I might put on, bass boost, or I might put on treble boost or something like that, depending on the show that I'm watching. So again, you can change all of these in the settings. Another feature I was really excited for on these was the voice detect features. I'm not sure of any other earbuds on the market right now that have them. So there's a lot of times where I'll have people come up and they'll try and talk to me either at the gym or even at home. Somebody will try and come up, talk to me, and I gotta go ahead and either take the earbud out or I gotta go ahead and turn my music all the way down so I can hear them through the seal. With this, they try and solve that problem. So voice detect, basically the way Samsung put it picks up on your voice and it's able to detect that and turn not only your music down but turn on ambient mode. Let's say you have ANC on and someone comes up and tries to talk to you. As soon as you start talking, it's going to turn down your music and it's going to turn on ambient mode. And that's a really great feature in theory. So it definitely works. When I start talking, it will turn the music down. I can hear everything outside of my earbuds really clearly. It's great for that. However, just me walking around my house, if there was a sound like a knock on something, or if I opened a cabinet or a cabinet slammed, it would actually pick up on that and it would go into that voice detect mode, which was really frustrating. Even sometimes when I was sitting on the couch, it would just detect the voice out of nowhere. I wasn't singing to my music or anything, but it would turn that on. Then I'd have to wait 10 seconds. Or you can bump it actually down to 5. So they have a 5, 10, and 15 seconds that you'd have to wait until your music comes back up and they turn off ambient mode. I had mine set for 10 seconds. Even if it's set for 5, that's 5 seconds that you're waiting there. I hope that they maybe improve this with maybe a software update or something of that nature, but as of right now, it's not a feature that I use on a daily basis. Another thing I wanted to talk about is ANC. So the active noise cancellation actually isn't that much different than just not having it on at all. It's a little disappointing, again, coming from a person who never really listened to anything that had ANC. I was looking forward to this feature a lot. Samsung Galaxy Buds are really the only things that I listen to when it comes to the headphone department or the Buds department, with the exception of my SteelSeries Arctis 9X headset that I have for my Xbox back there, which is a really great headset. I got a video on that. I'll throw a link up at the end of this video for that. But these, I was a little disappointed with the ANC. I could still hear just as much noise as I could with the ANC off. And so if you're gonna try and upgrade for these, just for the active noise cancellation, I would say don't do it. Hopefully down the line, Samsung can come up with a better way to incorporate ANC into these headphones. But for right now, ANC is almost as if it doesn't exist at all on these buds. But there's a lot of good features to these buds as well. The ambient mode sound, that's really good. I feel like they improved that from the pluses. On the plus, you were able to obviously use ambient sound as well, but once you got to that higher range, and a little bit even on this, once you get to the maxed out ambient sound mode, you're gonna notice that things start to sound a little robotic. They sound less robotic on these than they do on the Galaxy Buds Plus. A little bit of a difference in the design between the Pros and the Plus. The Pros are gonna have no wingtips, and so you realize on the Plus they had those wingtips. They not only had ear tips that you could switch out, but they had different size wingtips as well. According to Samsung, they did a lot of research on the shape of the ear, how it's gonna contour to the ear, and they decided to take out the wingtips altogether. For me personally, I think this was a great idea. Now, again, I'm not every person. I know some people, in fact, some people I know have issues with different earbuds not fitting very well in their ears, but for me, I didn't need the wingtips, and in fact, I found the wingtips to be uncomfortable after an hour or so of listening. In the gym, on the plane, you're going to be listening to these for long periods of time, hours at a time, and I think that it's a really good thing to sacrifice being able to change out the wingtips, because again, I think it's the way that they were shaped. They weren't like super sharp or anything, but they were a little sharp at the top, and at the top of my ear would get really uncomfortable again after an hour or so of listening to these. Now, both the Pros and the Pluses can connect to Samsung Smart TVs, like the one I have behind me right now. So I use these, actually, both of them, to listen to different TV shows. And I gotta say, again, these are way more comfortable than the Pluses. And I like them a lot better. I guess the next question is gonna be, should you upgrade from the Galaxy Buds Plus to the Galaxy Buds Pro? And I would say yes, if these things are important to you. One, it's gonna have a fresher look. The case looks better, in my opinion, than the pill shape. I would go ahead and say the buds themselves have a nice glossy finish, which I do appreciate, instead of the finish that they had on the Galaxy Buds Plus. I would say also, if you want comfortability, these are going to be really comfortable. You don't have the wingtips like I said before, and so I've worn these for hours and I've had no problem. It felt like I didn't have anything in my ear. Well, aside from the buds, of course, but it didn't feel like something was hindering me for long periods of time as it did with the Plus. I would say also the sound quality. The sound quality is is a little bit better on these. That's not the only reason to upgrade to these. I want to be clear about that. But the sound quality is better on these than on the pluses. So let's get into some of the features of the buds. Actually, you'll notice on the back of the buds, it charges with USB-C again. One of the things though that I like about the case of these Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro is the fact that it is magnetically sealed. And so with the Galaxy Buds Plus, it wasn't a magnet, it just had a hinge on the back. You know, things could happen, which actually we have cats and my fiance leaves her buds out sometimes and the cats can just knock it off the table and the buds will go flying somewhere. We actually had to go looking for her buds. And so it's a little frustrating when that happens, but with this seal on here right now, it's going to be able to at least stay a little bit more secure. I'm not saying that it can't happen where somebody might knock them off and they pop out, but it's a lot less likely. I'll say as well that when it comes to these buds versus the Plus, the Pros have a stronger magnet to keep the buds in. So when you have your case open, you're able to shake it and the buds stay in there a lot easier than they do for the Pluses. The Pluses, they come out almost immediately when you shake it. For these, it takes quite a bit of shakeage to actually get these out of the case. And so that's again a nice feature. If somebody happens to knock them over, if you have a cat like I do and they decide they want to play with these buds, it's going to be a lot harder for them to get access to them. Anyways, I really appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you coming to the channel. I appreciate the subscribers in the last few weeks. I also appreciate the fact that you guys are watching my videos. So leave me something in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the Galaxy Buds Plus versus the Galaxy Buds Pro. Again, I feel like it's worth the upgrade. Some of you guys may not. Go ahead and let me know. I hope that you have a great day. I hope that you're having a great new year. Can't get any worse, knock on wood, than it did last year, 2020. I'm out.